So here we can see in the video that this is a plastic back, and it's got the insides that can house the whole motherboard and everything, such as the EM shield and things like that. There's also a camera on the back, and you can see the plastic look is similar to the 3GS, but the actual shape itself is also a lot like the iPhone and the iPod 5G, so it's sort of a merge of both of them. Now from this we can see that it is a bit bigger than the 4S, and it is actually thinner than the 4S itself. However, it is thicker than the iPhone 5. Now you can see on the back there is a camera, there's also a single LED flash and a mic on the back. Now there you can see there's the 3GS, it's pretty similar to it, it's a different white colour, and you can see the iPod Touch 5G and sort of a merge of both of them. It's about the same size as the iPod Touch 5G. It's holding a 4-inch screen, which we presume will be a Retina display, a lot like the older iPhones, such as the iPhone 5. Now the price tag, we're assuming that it is about $349 for the 16 gig base model, and furthermore 32 gig and a 64 gig will be available for you to buy. And these are the prices, about $449 and up to $549. Now those who are eagerly awaiting for the confirmation from Apple will have to slow down here, because we're not totally sure that this will happen. But we recently, a undercover investigator had gone into Apple's brand new factory that makes these iPhones, and he wrote in his diary that I quote, "Today's work is to paste protective film on the iPhone's plastic back cover to prevent it from being scratched on assembly lines. This iPhone model with a plastic cover will soon be released on the market by Apple." So this really gives us an idea that Apple really is making a new phone that will come out with the next iPhone, codenamed to be maybe the iPhone 6. Now the iPhone 5C, we're thinking it's going to be called. We've also seen the box of it, which looks a lot like the phone itself, a plastic box, sort of like a washing up tub basically. Now we think that it's going to be better than the iPhone 4 and the 4S. However, the specs underneath will be below the iPhone 5 itself. Now we're guessing that it's going to be a Snapdragon processor, just because having a better processor in it will favour people buying this phone, which is meant to be cheaper, rather than the iPhone 5. Now obviously it's not as good looking as the iPhone 5 itself, with its unibody display and things like that, but you've got to really take notice that this phone is going to be probably about $100–200 cheaper than the iPhone 5 itself. Now it's for people that are sort of can't afford to buy a high-end iPhone, but still want to be part of this sort of Apple industry and things like that. And a lot of you will know that Apple are really taking over the world. Like, they've got so many people buying their phones, and to be part of that, you feel really special. And for those who can't really have, who don't really have a good income, can afford one of these phones, we know that it's going to be better than the iPhone 4 and the 4S, but lower than the 5. It's similar at the bottom. It's got the Lightning port, it's got the speaker and the 3.5mm jack with the 2 screws either side of the Lightning port. These are so you can take off the screen easily. So there you go, guys. We're not fully sure that the iPhone 5C will be made. However, the price range will be between $300 and $400, as in this market there aren't really very good selling phones in there, and Apple can slot in perfectly into that market where many people would buy them phones. As you can see, most Android phones that are selling are between the cheaper end of the market and the upper end of the market, but there's really nothing in between, and Apple can fit this iPhone 5C in the middle of the market. And really, a normal gamer won't really recognise the differences between the two consoles when you're playing them. So this round isn't really